Hi Viking Television Network, I'm Grady, and today I'm joined by my friend, Mr. Chambers. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Thank you, Grady. I appreciate being here.
Of course. I know everyone here at Fort Walton Beach High School and my team is excited to have you here. And do you just want to jump straight into the questions, sir?
Let's do it. I'm
Yes,
excited.
Sir. Before going into the roles of superintendent, you held multiple different roles. From 1998 to 2003, you were an ELA teacher, you were the assistant superintendent of curriculum and instruction, and you were the principal of Niceville High School. What core principles or values did you apply from the previous jobs to your superintendent role?
Well, first of all, I'm impressed that you knew all that.
Yes,
so
sir.
that's pretty awesome. But I think I'd go back to my teaching days. And I think I learned early on that the reason that all of us as educators are in this business, it's for students. And first and foremost, it's about the academic side, but then it's also about the whole child, you know, the athletics, the arts, all of those things as well. But then on the administrative side, the thing that I learned quickly is you have to be collaborative. And you have to be able to bring people together for a common good to make a difference in the lives of students. And if you can do that, and it's not always easy, but if you can do that, good things will happen.
I think that's a great answer because collaborative and working together as a team, I think that's what defines Okaloosa School District as a whole. I mean, me and my team working with film, or it could be a math class or an English class like you taught, you need to work together to get a final goal, and in someone as a role as important as you, being in a team definitely helps a lot of people. And I want to go to my second question is, when it comes to working in a team, the military is a huge team. Your father, Les Chambers, an Air Force veteran, he is a decorated Air Force veteran, and he also, here at Fort Walton Beach High School, he was an RT instructor. Being a military kid and living in the space of the military, what values or career principles did you learn from not just your father, but from the military? And how do you apply them to not just the superintendent role, but to Marcus Chambers?
So first of all, I would say I have to go to my father first. And I tell people all the time, if I can be half as good as he is, half as good, I'll be in good shape. And I'd say from my father, learned about dedication, learned about work ethic and commitment, always giving your best and having that accountability. And he held me accountable, but in a very good way.
Yeah.
I think on the military side of the house, it's about resilience. You know, I didn't move as much as some students do nowadays, but I moved a bit, and having the ability to go to a new place, meet new friends, that can be scary at times, and it can be lonely at times, but you got to go through that toughness piece to meet new people. So when you're a military student, I think it gives you that ability to fit in, and that ability to persevere. And of course, all of those things translate into the workforce, into my role. But I was blessed to have a great role model in my father who led by example.
When I was researching you and your father, I came across just how decorated he was, and how I could see, when I looked at articles about him in the news, I could see how it affected you as a person. And I look around at Fort Walton Beach High School, I look at Choctaw, I look at Niceville, and I realize we're all built on team building and discipline and working together, and I think that's just a great answer.
Again, my father set the stage, and you know, he was all about collaboration, but it was also about discipline. But he was the first true leader that I knew, and he's a humble leader. He's a servant leader, and I don't say that in terms of the cliche of being a servant leader. He truly is just a servant person who leads by example, and it's something that has stuck with me, that I try my best to emulate, but don't always rise to that level.
I think that's a beautiful answer. And another topic I want to get into for my third question is, we've been talking about teamwork for a while, and I think a really good aspect is and here in Okaloosa County District, when I was researching you, I found out that you coach children's basketball, children's baseball, and I can see that you're obviously a big fan of the New York Yankees and the Blue Devils basketball college.
Wow.
And I want to ask, when it comes to sports, how does it affect you? And was that a tie-in for being with your family? I know both of us were on the opposite spectrum of the MLB. That's probably good. I'm a Dodgers fan.
Stop it. Stop it.
I knew this would happen.
Well, I'll say just quickly, sports has been a part of my life from probably age 3. And the thing I love about sports is you have to be able to do hard work. You got to be able to push yourself further than you ever thought that you could push yourself, and then some. It's about winning. It's about losing. It's about having the right mindset. So sports is something that was a big part of my family. It's a big part of my children. And then you go to Duke, and then you go to the Yankees. Yankees all the way back from birth. Duke, I can go to 1991. Christian Laettner, Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill. That group, they would smack the floor. That means defense was ready. And of course, the way that they played as a team. And Coach Krzyzewski, Duke's coach, is all about leadership. And he actually has leadership books, so I love it. And then, of course, the Yankees, 27 World Championships, World Series. No one's even close to that.
No.
Not your Dodgers, but that's okay. But you guys are getting us right now.
Yeah.
But I love them and the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. When I was researching you, I found out that when you were a Dallas Cowboy fan, it was kind of intriguing because you see this person from Florida and you think, oh, they're probably UF or FSU, or they're probably another national team, like maybe the Miami Dolphins. But it was really cool to see that. And actually, we'll talk about the Dallas Cowboys in a little bit.
Awesome.
We'll get to that. But I do want to go into my really important question. Is you were superintendent for how many? I'd say 6 years, 5 years has it been?
Since 2019.
Oh, 2019.
Yes.
So that's 7 years, correct?
Going on 7 years, yes, sir.
That's a long time. And since you've been here for 7 years, you've expanded Okaloosa County District into a powerhouse of academics. I remember I went to Destin Middle School. I've also been here at Fort Walton Beach High School. It was amazing to see these schools go from maybe a B to an A+. And I went during the Destin Middle in 2019, and that's when we got our A+ rating. And maybe that is because of you and your leadership, I do think, in my opinion. But when it comes to leadership and when it comes to expanding, what future plans do you have for Okaloosa County District? Not just for the schools itself, but for the students and the teachers that work around the clock for it.
So absolutely. So first of all, I would say I appreciate those kind words. But I'd say the rating of our school district, us being an A school district, that is on the backs of our teachers, our support professionals, our principals, such as your principal, Ms. Smith. They're the ones who put in all of that work to work with you, the students. So I cannot be more appreciative, because in today's day and age, it's not easy to do the work that they do. So they are the backbone of this school district. I think as we go forward, we have so much to do, continuing to look at our buildings and modernize our buildings, modernize our technology for students. As you know, as a student, that cell phone, that technology is real. And so maximizing that and matching that in instruction to where technology is not a distractor, but done the right way, I think is important. So technology, looking at our buildings, do we need to build schools in the future, not necessarily just for student enrollment, but because some of our buildings are older. So we'll be looking at that. And of course, really maximizing good instruction for students. So when you leave and other students leave, you have the ability to go to college, the military, or the workforce. We want to be able to provide here in Okaloosa students with the ability to make those choices. College isn't necessarily for everybody, even though I say strive for that, but there's some students who want to go straight to the military or straight into the workforce. So your career and technical education program, such as what you have here, such as what your principal was recognized for a state award, we want to make sure that we have those types of programs for our students.
And when I was getting this interview done, I was making these questions and I realized 4 questions that are not enough. So me and Hillary, we actually came up with some lightning round questions if you want to.
Okay.
I have it on my phone. We're just going to go back to back to back to back.
Let's do it.
All right. Lightning round question 1. The holidays were just around the corner. What is one gift from the loved ones that you absolutely appreciated the most?
Got a tickets to the Duke Florida State game, and Duke won.
Oh, I do know I'll be watching the California Duke game tonight, so.
I appreciate the reminder, so I'll be watching tonight as well.
We'll watch it together. When it comes to food, what's your cult classic that you'll never stop eating?
Rice.
It's me too. Different spectrum, Waffle House for me. I'll never stop eating Waffle House.
See, if you have a good rice, just the plain white rice, but then you put soy sauce on it, a little bit of Tabasco, some pepper on top, can't beat it.
When school's out for the year during the summer, what's the one activity you enjoy the most?
Silence. A little bit of rest. But those two are important. But I very much love sports. I very much like outside, but sports is just such a big piece of me. So relaxation, and I will say this past year I learned a little bit about travel that I haven't done in a while.
Yeah, me too. Sports is definitely a big thing for me. I don't want to say anything, but I remember at the 2025 World Series when I was watching it, I know my friend Sharron is in here. I called him and I was like, "We're about to win," but next year will be the Yankees, I promise.
So I got to clarify something. So when you have Shohei Ohtani, who signs a contract for, let's just say, $700 million.
We do need a cap.
But
100%.
defers $690 million for 10 years, so now they're only paying him $10 million over that amount of time, and then they can bring in everybody else. So I guess the question would be, well, why don't the Yankees just do that? And I agree.
The Yankees take Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman?
I'd take him.
I would take him too.
But Aaron Judge is, in my humble opinion, the best baseball player in the world right now, to include Shohei Ohtani.
I do agree with that.
All right.
Next question is, you're a teacher for ELA from 1998 to 2003. If you left the superintendent role today, would you go back to teaching kids in English, or would you teach another role if it was possible?
I would definitely do English. So I love that from the writing perspective. I always love to teach my students how to write, but then also digging into stories, literature, and there's an art to doing that. Now, I've always been a slower reader, so having the ability to help students with that as well is something that I think is important.
If you could forget one film just from your memory, what would it be just to rewatch it?
Can I give you two?
Of course.
So there's the original Top Gun.
Oh.
So I absolutely love that. And by the way, the remake is incredible. But then the other one is Christmas Vacation, where I think I can quote almost every line, not necessarily verbatim, but can quote almost every line. I absolutely love Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation is good. And Top Gun, absolute classic. I loved Maverick. I saw it in IMAX. It just blew me away.
He's pretty incredible.
Oh, 100%. My next one is, you're an avid fan of the Dallas Cowboys. If you had to make a top 3, who would you draft?
For this upcoming draft? So I will say this. I'm not going to give names, but I'm going to say this because this is part of my hobby. So first of all, on the defensive side of the ball, we just now, through free agency, we have 2 now interior defensive linemen.
Oh.
So we're strong there. We have 1 defensive end, but we need another defensive end. But we have 2 first-round picks this year. 2 because we traded Micah Parsons. So we have to hit a home run on these 2 picks. So first of all, we need a linebacker, and then we need another defensive back. They have to get that right. I have a call into Jerry Jones. He has not returned my call yet, but I feel strongly that he'll do so.
He will get back to you. We will.
I need him to, because we got to get this right.
I'll call him with you. After this, I'll make sure to call him.
We're going to do that.
My final question is, are you happy, and what makes you happy?
So, yes, I'm happy. As it pertains to the school district, I'll say there's all different types of opportunities for happiness, and there's different opportunities for challenges. And in the role that I'm in, you're not going to make everybody happy. And you have to understand that in this role for your own sake. So with that being in mind, always try to do what's right for our teachers, for our support professionals, for our administrators. Everybody may not agree, but from the heart, absolutely try to do what's right. Mm-hmm. And I have to be okay with that, knowing that some are going to be happy and some aren't. Because if you're not okay with that, happiness is not there. And then just being happy in life is important as well. So I'm blessed with that.
I think that's a beautiful answer. Well, I just want to thank you for coming on here, and thank you for interviewing me. And if you have any final words, you can say it to this camera right here, to the students, the teachers of Okaloosa County.
Well, first of all, I want to say this young man right here, Grady, I could not be more impressed to be able to sit down without notes and to be able to do this interview, and with charisma and grace. I think it's so impressive. And I would just say to our students, to our teachers, staff, and administrators, we are going to continue to be one of the strongest school districts in the state of Florida, not for ranking's sake, because it's about doing good things for students. And I'm blessed as superintendent to have amazing folks who work alongside me and lead our students, and I wouldn't trade our students for anything. Mm-hmm. So just blessed to be the superintendent in what I believe is one of the best school districts in the state of Florida.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for being here. It's
absolutely.
Absolute honor.
Thank you, buddy.
Of course.
You are impressive.
Thank you.
You are impressive.
2026 World Series, Yankees. I'll be there.
Even better.
Me and you.